Hello?
We good?
Yeah.
We fool snickins. Last move. No theme music. Remember, here we go.
Tap, tap, tap.
20 motherfucking 19. What's up, E? What's up, Tone? How y'all feeling?
Man, this is crazy. No
Nigga, that ain't how we starting. I said I was starting. This nigga just took over and started starting.
See?
I just said I was starting.
Okay, well, hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. Let's restart.
It's habitual.
I just said.
He's habitual. Ready?
We starting again?
Yeah.
Hold on. He don't even let me get his drink in there.
No, go ahead. Is it time?
I told you.
This
You
motherfucker.
not hear the tip.
Is it time?
Can't hear that.
Okay, we can start again. Here we go.
Oh, that's what that meant?
Yes. Here we go.
Oh,
Okay, so we
God.
going for real this time.
Yep.
Okay.
I told you, wait.
How many times does it go tick, tick, tick?
4.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
Counted 4.
It sounds like 3.
4.
Okay, on the 4th or after the 4th?
Man, I
Just
drop
come
my
in.
hand. You just come in when I drop my hand.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't do it.
So,
I knew it. I knew it.
here we go. It's a new show.
What's
It's
up,
a new
y'all?
show. It's
What's
a new
up,
show.
y'all?
We, of course, y'all probably noticed that the music wasn't there at the beginning of this show. So we working on some stuff. We should have had it already, but Kev decided that what he working on is so big and it's so good that he needed one more week because it's big.
Whoa.
That's what he said.
That's what it's big.
Somebody call Drake. I got a beat for him.
So we starting kind of dry, and we gonna work with it for a while and let it loosen up.
Woo!
Pause. Shit.
We gonna work with it a little bit, let it loosen up a little bit, and that act right juice get
Oh, shit.
it's gonna all work out in the end. It's all gonna be good. So
I hope so.
Yes, people. Yes.
this is the Don't Be Stupid. Are we still called a Don't Be Stupid podcast?
Yes, we are. Still don't be stupid.
Okay, so-
Still, stupid, don't be.
So that's who we are. Don't Be Stupid podcast. So we're just gonna start it up like that.
Shit, it's
Oh,
good.
I might as well introduce everybody for the new year. We got Kevy Kev,
What up?
the engineer, the producer, the sound extraordinaire, the
Nigga that get yelled at.
The only guy that knows how to work the instruments.
That's why he's all that.
Yeah.
And then we got Tony Sunshine.
Tony Sunshine.
Tony. What's up, Tony?
How you doing?
Hey, Tony. What? Every time we speak to him, it's a different accent,
It's a
so we
different
don't know what the
accent.
fuck's going on.
I'm international.
And I'm Eric.
That's E.
And
Who?
Eric, nigga. Oh, you know what? The new year, I'm gonna quit saying nigga so much too.
That's your resolution?
No.
Oh,
Let me throw that trying, and I'm gonna try to stop saying nigga so much.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Nigga, what?
This year, this is when I'm gonna start. I'm
Saying
dropping
nigga.
the N word.
I'm gonna stop. I'm dropping it. That nigga picking it up.
Yes.
Oop! I said. I'm picking it up. Somebody pick it up.
Nigga was like a coin.
See, he ain't dropped it now.
We picked that up.
This year, I'm
I
black.
can't stop. I tried. I literally tried to drop that word.
What's funny about it, Kev, because I know Kev does it.
Yeah.
As much as me and Kev use the word, it's a trip that we can go to work. And it never comes out. It never comes out of our mouth.
One time.
The only time it ever comes out of my mouth is when I'm talking to Tone.
Well, come on when I'm talking to the homies at work. Just.
I don't even, it's
But
only for me. It's only
never
Tone.
in the front. Never at the office.
When I'm at work, I even look around sometimes before I say it.
Double check. Like,
Nigga, these motherfuckers.
These motherfuckers is crazy.
shit.
But anyway, so
And there be calls to say nigga too. Don't get it
oh
twisted.
shit. At work, I work with a whole bunch of niggas. White niggas.
Like, yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
Anyway.
For sure.
So it's the new show for 2019. We've been gone for a while. I mean, just to let y'all in on a couple of things. We actually tried to get a show in there, and I think that the alcohol and we just was a little too festive, so we didn't put out
Quality.
that quality end of the year wrap up. But we do have little excerpts. How you say it?
Excerpts.
Yeah, from the show.
Snippets.
Snippets from that show
From that show.
that are coming.
Oh boy.
So, so we did have the show.
Yes.
It just
He being polite.
we fuck.
Here it is. I was fucked up. I was faded. Fuck the show.
I mean, but we all kind of. I mean, I know I was. I kind of.
They let me know.
We all went into what it is we go into. Kev was fucked up, and I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I was fucked up, and I started getting too serious. This nigga go spilling shit. That's one thing that ain't changed in 2019.
Wow.
I started getting too serious about some shit, and who knows what Tone. That nigga always talking.
I was laughing. Yeah, they're just going.
You do more than laugh, nigga. You be talking
I'm
sometimes,
just
man.
laughing.
Nobody knows where the fuck you going with it.
It's not in.
My listeners know.
Hey, wait a minute, Kev. Hey, wait a minute, Kev.
I heard it.
This nigga got listeners.
I heard it.
His listeners.
His.
Ain't that a bitch? See, I think somebody's head getting big. This nigga say his listeners.
I think our listeners need to chime in.
Oh, now it's our listeners. No, I want to hear from your listeners.
My listeners
Then
are
what's
your
it-
listeners. All four. And I think they should.
Wait. There's three of us. So we all got a listener. And then we splitting that fourth one.
Yeah, and he's the tiebreaker. You gotta let him know which one
He.
is his favorite. Okay, or she. Or shim. We don't discriminate.
No, we love them all.
We love them all.
We love them all. So, you know what? Before we get into things we miss and stuff, I don't want to go into a whole recap of 2018. But we do need to speak on some stuff
There's some shit got to be spoken on. I got it.
about 2018. So let's just right now. It's real quick 2018. Our quick wrap up. What is just to get it started? What is your? I can start with you, Tone. Yeah, if you could sum up 2018 in a quick summary, or your opinion of last year, what would you say? I did that on purpose.
Tossing shit around.
I mean, just to sum up 2018. Was it a good year for you?
As good as he can be, but at the same time, it's.
No. See, right there, I
mean-
gotta stop
mean-
you.
I mean-
Because it ain't as good as it can be. Because we could be sitting all up in here with girls shaking their ass in our face right all because of what happened last year. We could be sitting up in here just throwing money everywhere with $100,000 cars outside.
I'm hoping 2019 is like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Damn.
So go ahead.
You know,
So
you
go
gotta
ahead.
have-
So go ahead. Tell me about 2018 for you.
2018 was all right, man. It was okay. I mean, there's nothing I could have anything to complain about. Started the podcast.
Mhm.
Hopefully, we try to get somewhere. Hopefully 2019 is good for us as far as the podcast go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Politically, it's been fucked up, but hopefully everybody, pays attention to what's going on right now. And, come 2020, just remember what happened.
They said, well, wait, 2020. We need to work on 2019 first.
But I'm just saying, Just
You're right though.
no knuckleheads.
Hopefully we. Oh, I see what you're saying. 2020 with the political part.
Political
Yeah.
shit.
We get some real folks up in there.
That's
They know
Right,
they-
but I mean, other than that, man, I'm still alive, so it's good.
we glad you still alive. Nigga.
You guys are still having shit on, huh? That's what it's about.
Kev. You know, if you disappear, me and Kev still gonna do the show
I
without you.
know. That's what I just asked.
We're gonna put a little red. We're gonna put a red New York Yankee hat over there in the corner and just let it sit there.
It's just
Tribute.
Tribute. We're
Yeah,
gonna
just
soak
cremate
it with alcohol every night.
There you go. That's my boy. Go ahead, kid.
Kev, what you think about 2018, Kev?
I mean, it's a rough year for me, bro. I mean, personally, things change. Family things change. Hard when it comes to having elderly parents. That was devastating. Podcasts, beautiful thing. The podcast hasn't grown to be what I want it to be yet. But what I get a feeling about this podcast is we get to be realistic. We get to talk about real shit. We get to have a good time. I get to vent. I get to bring up issues I think that are important. Sometimes issues that are stupid, but I think this podcast was all about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to make 2019 a better year for that. World-wise, man, it's hard with old boy in charge. It's hard right now, man. It's fucked up, and shit. I'm hoping for a better 2019, better 2020. That's all I can say, I guess, really on that.
Well, 2018, you know, as far as podcast goes, I'll start with the podcast for 2018 because it started for us in 2018. I look at it a little differently because I'm trying to get to a certain my goal with the podcast has always been to put something out that I would listen to because I listen to a lot of podcasts. So with me, it's, you know, even though it's been a whole year almost, I mean, with the podcast, right? When did we start with the podcast?
About month 6 or 7.
Okay, so to me, I look at what we've done so far, and I've told. I know y'all have heard this before. I look at it as practice. You know, we not where we want to be, but at the same time, if we were where we wanted to be, are we ready? And I don't think we're ready. You know, I think that with every show we're improving, we're figuring out stuff. So I look at these as practice. And like Kev was saying, being able to vent, being able to talk out stuff. You know, we come in, we bullshit. Me and Tone, we bullshit like this every day, which is, you know, one of the main reasons for the podcast is putting some of that bullshit that we do is out there. So, you know, the bullshitting part, you know, it's part of the fun too. But I just look at it as we working at getting to where we need to be. As far as the rest of the world, family life, I hate to speak on it because my family life has been pretty good lately. And, you know, as soon as you say something like that, you know, I go home and fight with the wife tonight and the kids will be hating me tomorrow and, you know, and everything else. So I hate to really speak on it, but it's been real good lately. So I'll leave that alone. And politics, man, come on. Ever since we put Kev's boy in office.
Shit. I said Trump. Trumper, like the dude from the Kings. I didn't say Trump. I think they got it twisted.
But, you know, politics wise, you know, I ain't even want to speak on that. I will say one thing, gas is low.
Hell yeah,
right
gas is low, the motherfucker.
Gas is low right now, but I ain't giving Trump no credit for that shit.
The coldest commercial I've ever seen when it comes to politics is that new one with dude trying to impeach him. You see that new commercial?
Yeah, that dude.
That's
Is
some
your
cold
mic on?
shit. Yeah, that's all. That dude trying to impeach Trump. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
I ain't seen that commercial.
You ain't seen the commercial?
Oh, that dude? Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
He's been
What
on.
company is it?
Ain't no company.
He's just
He's a
he's just
millionaire.
own
Dude's
money.
Oh,
a
he uses his
billionaire.
own money?
Yeah, he a millionaire. Somebody
Oh, I gotta
get
check
this
that out.
motherfucker out of here.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
He ain't no
he's
joke.
been on for a while. He's just like, you need to impeach that motherfucker. But
He ain't playing about that shit. That shit's crazy.
So with 2018 gone, we had planned on doing a show on 2018 where we were going to talk about music from 2018, movies from 2018, all that stuff. We didn't get around to it.
we did the show. It just
We didn't fit it
we
out.
told you we didn't put
We
it
didn't
out.
put it out. But we because it is almost February now, we're gonna leave that alone. And I kind of want to know some things about 2019 that we got coming up. So I'm gonna turn the question now to, and we kind of spoke on it a little bit already too, but things that you want to work on, or things that we're gonna work on, the show wise or family wise, or the same shit we just spoke on, but what we plan on working on for 2019 to make 2019 what we want it to be. And I know that some of your answers is already. I mean, some of the answers from 2018 are going to be the same as for 2019. But knock it out, Kev.
Shit. I mean, I'm excited about the video portion. I'm
Yeah, okay,
excited.
that's enough for you, Kev.
Excited about editing this shit.
And the
So I
change.
can make this motherfucker. You think he
Yeah, the
stutter?
change.
You think he stutter now? Wait till I get you editing this motherfucker. He can do.
That's all right. Go ahead, no. Go ahead. You done? You finished or you done?
I'm finished.
Oh,
I ain't
tree
done.
Tone, anything you got for 2019 that you plan on?
Yeah, for those that's been listening for a while,
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just because this nigga said, yeah,
yeah, well, for those that have been listening for a while, this year I'm black. And, for 2019,
Black ever since.
Tone would be black. I'm gonna drop the N word. I'm picking it up from Eric.
seriously, I've always considered this nigga. I've always considered him black.
Hey, his skin is light as fuck, but his mentality is black as Cleveland. I don't care what you say.
Cleveland.
Nah.
Seriously.
Nah, seriously, man. I don't know, man. I'm gonna try not to be grumpy for a motherfucker that's almost 50. So, you know what I mean? Like,
Me and Tone sharing that.
yeah, I'm gonna
It's hard
try
not
to
to be
be.
grumpy, dog.
Man, but I will I'll tell you, with the grumpiness, that it's so easy. And what I mean by that is me and Tony, I noticed that because we around each other so much that I noticed it from Tony. I watch Tony and I see how grumpy he is, which makes me pay attention a little bit to myself. And I'm like, I'm 10 times more grumpy than that nigga. We both some grumpy ass motherfuckers at work. No matter what you say to me, we shooting it down before you even get out your mouth.
Yep.
I want to ask you a question about that, E. Do you think it's because you've been there and done the stupid shit that they were doing, and you see people doing stupid shit, and you be like, what the fuck is this motherfucker doing? You know what I mean?
No, I think what happens is that, how you say it, it's not that I've been through it. It's just that you see, I mean, to a point, I don't want to make it sound like we know it all, because it's not about know it all. It's about just seeing people say stupid shit for stupid reasons, and realizing, like for me anyway, realizing that I can remember when I will say stupid shit for stupid. Like I heard somebody say today, just in listening to somebody else's conversation. We live in Sacramento. We are an hour away from snow, where everybody skis.
Hour from everything, yeah.
Yeah, it's where everybody skis at. And so the person said today that, oh yeah, they said not to go up to the mountains during whatever day that was because that day's gonna be real bad because of the snow and stuff, and people gonna get, we know how that is. You can get stranded on the freeway, and you're sitting there for hours and hours, if not days. So and I heard the young person say, after the person said, "Don't," it's best not to go travel that day. Oh, that's when we like to travel. That's when it's fun. And I think to myself, that's the same stupid shit that we would say that when we were younger and stuff. And it's like you're just dumb. Mm-hmm. But you're the same person that's gonna be on the on the news with a blanket wrapped around. They had to go save. Because you ran out, your car ran out of gas, now you ain't got no heat. And it's like, so you hear that shit, some people can let it go. Some people can talk around it or talk it through. And then you have people like me and Tony who ain't trying to hear this shit. It's just like, as soon as you say it, we just like, you're stupid. Just get away from me.
Oh yeah, you better catch it.
You're dumb. And that's my thing. So with the grumpiness and stuff, a lot of times I feel like, I guess it is what you said, Kev. It's like you kind of been through it. You've lived enough to know. You lived enough to know that.
You was a stupid motherfucker.
Well, you lived enough to know that you really don't right now.
Yeah.
Where you at in your life, you're not looking at the whole big.
We're looking at the big picture. Yeah.
Big
You're
picture.
in that car, freezing. Motherfucker gotta rescue you. That's all. That's
but
major.
I mean, when you're that young, it's a cycle. I mean, we've all been there before. That's where the argument is like, fuck. I know I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah. So
I mean?
that understanding is the understanding what Tom was saying about not being grumpy would be us understanding that they're young.
Yeah.
Let them be young. So instead of us giving our opinion or saying something bitter, let them say their stupid shit and just let it be.
Have fun.
Which, like I say, it's kind of like I was going to tell Tone. He pleases, if he could please me on that, I'll please him on it.
Right.
And then,
Because we both have our days. Like, all of a sudden I might come in, I might be just a little bit.
This nigga blew up on me the other morning about, I forgot what it was. He said something, and I said something. Oh, he told me the booze down there. I'm like, wait, the booze over here.
I was trying
and he's like, oh, here we go. This motherfucker always correcting me. I'm like, no, Tom, I'm just trying to say LeBoo's over here.
But then there's two.
There's two LeBoo's.
Right. And they're both in the same street.
Yeah. But because
they're like,
because we so short.
Yeah.
Because we so short, and I did the same thing. I'm telling you the story about him blowing up, but I know I've done it millions of times. Where we do that. We like, instead of being patient a little bit and just letting the motherfucker talk his way out.
Talk his way out of it.
I'm already quick to say, but Tone. Nigga, LeBoo's is over that way, nigga.
Yeah, mind you, it's like 6:55.
Yeah.
We both go to work. All of us go to work early, which is
But
crazy
you know what?
shit.
But that's the thing. Is like there was always a time when I was young.
Yeah.
And some older guy be like, fuck are you smiling for when you come through the door and saw this? And I'll be like, what the fuck? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, motherfucker,
What you miserable about,
you're
motherfucker?
an old, grumpy, miserable motherfucker.
Art.
And guess who's doing that shit now?
Art Hansen.
Yeah, oh.
Remember, he used to tell us all the
Hey,
time.
you give his last name?
Oh,
Government or whatever.
That's my dude, though, man.
He used to tell us. He was cool as fuck, but he used to tell us all the time. Don't let these motherfuckers. He used to
bring it down, bro.
These motherfuckers. He used to be giving us game from get go.
Yeah, like, but that's the thing. Is now guess who's saying that
And
shit?
now we him.
I'm the motherfucker that look at the younger group coming in and they smiling, all energetic and shit, and I'm looking at them like, the fuck you smiling for?
But we gotta stop. But we gotta,
we gotta
stop
stop
shitting on
doing
they,
that.
on their stuff.
Let me say this about work, since y'all talking about work for a second. When I get to work at 6 o'clock, I'm mad at motherfucker. I'm hating that I got to be at this motherfucker.
I don't know why nigga you home by 2.
Okay, wait a minute. I get off at 2.
Bullshit,
I get off at 2:30, right? I get off at 2:30.
still
Somebody
at
listen to somebody, right? Somebody at my work gonna get me fired. I get off at 2:30, right? And I be thinking to myself, "Fuck! What this clock? Come on, shit! I'm ready to go home." But ain't shit I can do about it. There used to be a time when I was excited and happy to be at work, man. I used to be like, I'm going to go in there and chop it up with my boys. We about to do this. I'm about to do work. I got a project. I got this. I got that. Now, I'm watching the fucking clock. So does that just come with old age and shit? The motherfucker just ready to go home as soon as you get there or what?
First of all, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tom.
No, first of all, waking up.
Everybody mad. Hey, I'm mad too. We all gotta get shit. Nobody want to get up, nigga.
Motherfucker, that first alarm before I put the snooze.
Oh, shit.
Look, we all look. You know the alarm. You know when the alarm go off. You know that mean get up. But we all disagree with Tony. We all disagreed.
Get up.
Agreed with Tony when he said that first alarm.
Hell yeah.
There ain't no such thing as a first alarm. The first alarm means get your ass up.
Hell yeah.
But we all like
Snooze.
snooze.
You only got 3.
Yep.
It's fucked up. If you like me,
Using
I
your
got,
phone up.
Yeah.
Me too.
I got a personal
I put
clock.
them up
When I
on my
wake
pillow.
up, I feel like I can put my head just for a slight second and sleep for like another 30 seconds and then get my ass up and go to work. Right?
Right.
That motherfucker didn't go off the other morning. It was an hour later before I woke the fuck up.
You know, I will say this though. So, you know, in what I do at my job, I've been doing the same job with the same people for a while, and I just lately changed up where I got the same job, but I got different people, and it kind of opened up a few things in my eyes and stuff. And one of the things that it is that I have opportunity because the new job with the new people is it's a different type of atmosphere. It's a whole different atmosphere than what I was at before. So it's putting me kind of in a better mood and stuff. And when I'm waking up in the morning, I still don't want to get up, but knowing that I'm going to deal with a certain atmosphere makes me I'm not gonna put too much on it, but it makes me feel a little better. But what I was gonna say is that it also, because you were saying, Kev, that you used to be excited about coming to work and doing your thing. It made me it has a lot to do with the new year happening too. With us trying to have make these what do we call them? We do every year for
Resolutions.
Yeah, these resolutions that we're making. It kind of adds to the story. I mean, adds to what I'm trying to say too, is that I want to be better at my job. So with this new atmosphere, this new same job, different people, I'm trying to be the best I can be at this new job. Make the opportunity to make the job better.
Yeah.
You're doing your part. So it really is a new start for me in my job a little bit. I mean, it's the same job, but it's a
switch.
and hopefully it's an atmosphere that I'm gonna it's gonna end up being something where I can look back at and be like, okay, this part of my life this part of my career, turned into something that I can be proud of, and I love this part of my job. Because truthfully, the job I work at now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I never loved it, bro. I don't think
Yeah.
up to this point. I want to ask Tony.
It's a job, not a
Up
career.
to this point, I don't think I've ever loved. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I've had one job that I, thinking back to, that I kind of like, but I don't think I've ever had a job that I loved. That I actually loved.
Yeah.
So now you can see how some people that in a job, and you might think it's bullshit, but they doing stuff that they love, but it's their job. I wish I could have that.
And that's what you try to.
Well,
that's what you try to preach to your kids.
Yeah. You want to do something you love, so you
Right.
feel like you never worked a day in your life. That's really what it comes down
Right.
to.
I would wish that, but life doesn't always give you that.
My career, with the business that I'm in, there is aspects of that job in that career field that I had a job that I loved, because every day it was like a different challenge. I had a different project to be working on or something going on.
But
so
see,
I love that.
I think,
But now being a manager, I don't have that. I'm
But
dealing with a
I think
bunch of
what you
motherfuckers
talk,
that
but
just
Kev,
fucked up.
I think what you, Kev, is that I don't think you love your job, because I know your job, but I just don't think that you could love that job.
No, I don't.
I think what you loved about it was the challenge. I'm talking about before you became a manager.
Before I became a manager.
You loved the challenge of accomplishing
projects.
and
That's what it
then
was.
and then the reward from that.
Yeah.
You enjoyed.
Yeah.
See, and I can get with that. But what I'm trying to teach my kids and any other kid that I talk to is that you could actually have a job doing something that you actually love doing.
Well,
I mean, think about what it is that you love doing.
if you were doing this as a career, right here, what we're doing right now, talking about day-to-day life, enjoying, and we had sponsors and all that, and we had a nice cast and everybody behind us doing everything we could, I would enjoy this. I would feel like every day I came to work, I was having fun, because I could speak openly. Hopefully, whoever our producers were, whoever the people was, they wouldn't be trying to pigeonhole us. They would be saying, go ahead, say what's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Say what's going down. I think I would enjoy this.
Yeah, I mean, that's a totally different topic, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I mean, podcasting is cool.
Yeah.
It's a gamble too at the same time.
It's a gamble. But I'm just saying, if this was it, and we were successful at it, and we were doing it, would you have a good time?
I think podcasting is something that, I don't want to. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's a job that you could love, and you and you're getting paid to do it. So it would be a good thing. But I think, just speaking in generally, I think podcasting is going to be something that's going to fall to the side a little bit. What I mean by that is it's not gonna. It's not disappearing, like saying going out. I think it's just the frontier. It's the start of bigger things. I think it's going to expand. You see already that podcasting is turning into video, turning into people getting their own show. I just think
you
it's
can venture from podcasting.
yeah.
Well,
I think so. I think that podcasting, right? We're in the middle of it right now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if we could have started this 5 years ago,
Yeah.
we would have been at the beginning of podcasting, getting big.
And
Podcasting
turn it
has
into
been out
something.
for a while, for longer than that.
Yeah.
But as far as podcasting getting big, to the point where they're I mean, you got to remember, 5 years ago there was only a few podcasts that were super big.
Yeah, super big.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they start paying everybody.
Yeah.
And some of them stay afloat, some of them don't. But
if you think about us, just think about us. We don't come together and podcast because it's an obligation. We come together and podcast because we thought about something that would be fun to do. We do this all the time. And we might not do it in a structured format like this all the time.
Right.
But you and Eric, y'all go to work, chop up just like this. Me and E sit at his house, chop up just like this. We come together, we chop up just like this. This is what we do. Shit.
Right.
Just to vent, just to get away from hearing some shit at the house, I'm with E. Let's just chop it up. So this is what we do, and we do it as a form of entertainment to ourselves, or we do it as a form of release to ourselves. So it's something we enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
I
I like it because the fact that I know people out there can relate to us.
Oh yeah.
Like
They our age,
the
they know
title,
shit.
the description of our show is 40 plus men giving their opinions. Where there are people, I'm sure, like me, Eric's age or our age or younger, they listen to podcasts, and I've listened to cats that's probably a couple years younger than me or something like that, but they're still in their 40s, and I can relate because they talk about topics where I'm like, oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah.
And hoping we can grab that group of people that can relate to us, where we like, oh shit, yeah, I did. You know what? I do this. I fuck that bullshit. I hate that mother. You kind of like, I hate Eric.
Yeah. I just gotta
like
say
him.
it. I gotta say this. I gotta say this, and I gotta get it off my chest.
You know what I mean?
You ready?
Yeah.
I don't think motherfuckers party like we did. I look at all the kids partying, and I know they have a good time. But we had a good time partying, didn't we? We was alright.
That's what.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think
That's 40-something. That's
but
what
I think that we all are different with that.
Yeah.
Because you come from a different.
Generation gap.
I don't know if it's a generation gap, but you party different than what we party, or what I party. Because you got to remember, my party and my story is way different than your story. My party was, I never partied, and then I
You was in the
then
military.
I went to the military,
Yeah.
and then I learned how to party in the military.
Woo.
I learned how to drink in the military.
Yeah,
I learned all
sure.
that stuff in the military, which was a little different for me. So when I came back to the block, all of a sudden I was, I did what I did, but I didn't party the same way you party. So that partying that you talking about,
Yeah.
I didn't do all that.
Yeah, because you was back in the world.
Yeah, I was in the military.
We weren't in the world.
Yeah. So when all them songs was going on, y'all was into the military, we was back here getting it. Just having a good ass.
Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. We was, it was just different.
Yeah.
But you was in what you was doing.
Yeah,
I was in Germany. I was in Germany in the clubs doing.
Yeah, you. Ah, shit! I
That's all
told
right.
you,
It's still
Okay,
recording
guess what,
right
man?
now.
Yeah.
Powering out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Empowering out. So we gotta do this all. But we still recording,
No,
right?
we still recording.
We're still recording.
talking.
It's still right there.
So we're gonna pause. For a
So
second,
we're gonna
though.
pause real quick.
Oh no, we just gonna roll.
You gonna roll with it on there?
We gonna roll
Gonna roll
with it on
with
there,
that
man. We
bullshit?
having a good time.
Alright,
We just
goddamn.
don't input that into the data.
Alright.
It's all good. We gonna have a good time. But yeah, I had a good time. I was partying and the shit was cool. The music was live. We talking early 90s. The shit is off the chart.
So
Just having a good time.
So real quick, what's going on is that we kind of figured that the power was going to go out. We having a storm here, so the power's been on and off. So we have a secondary recording device. So what you're going to probably be hearing is you're going to hear the first part that sounds hella clear, hella what a quality, and then this recording device that took over just now.
Help when it's working.
I don't know what that quality. It does work well.
Oh yes.
But I'm sure there's gonna be a sound difference.
There's been a sound difference.
So it might be a little sound difference, but we still going. So the other thing I was gonna add real quick, and then we can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. And this is the end of the 2019, 2018 wrap up, 2019 startup. Is that one of my goals for 2019, and I know y'all heard me say it before, is that I'm gonna tighten up my circle. And with tightening up my circle, we've always joked about that. I'm the main one that always say I don't need any more friends. I got enough friends that I'm neglecting. I need to spend more time with the friends that I have. But with that said, I also got some friends that's holding up spaces. they're like, I probably need to move over to the side. So yeah, I'm gonna tighten up my circle. I'm gonna simplify. I'm gonna simplify a lot of things. You know, it's. I'm getting to the age now where I feel like I need to simplify some things. I mean, I'm thinking way too deep with some stuff that's stressing me out. We're looking way too deep into things when we probably need to just experience them and live them, and probably would feel a lot better and be a lot happier. But you know, the looking into them and shit has you stressing out. So those were my two things I'm gonna try to take into 2019. I'm gonna tighten up my circle. I'm gonna get rid of some of you punk motherfuckers that's my boys that ain't doing shit that's positive in my life. We still cool. You know, just don't expect to hear from me in 2019.
Did they even hear from you in 2018?
Nah, but hey, I started by I killed. You see, I killed Facebook. I'm off. And before 2019 is over, I'm gonna kill a couple of more. I don't know. Instagram is a little harder because I use it for a couple of things. But I'm thinking about killing all that, man. I'm about to get off as much social media as I can get. Cause it's
The gram I like. It's a little bit better.
the great. You know what? And I'm gonna say this, man. I just feel like the thing I complain the most about social media. I watch them. The people I complain about, I watch them. I read their stuff. I'm on their, I'm friends with them, or I'm following them. Okay, I'm following them. I'm doing all this stuff, and after you get done complaining about it, and on top of that, following them, it's like you realize that you're a part of it. I'm complaining about what I am. So how can you complain about it, but you contribute to it?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I got off Facebook. That was the start. That was baby steps. I'm trying to get off of, I don't know how far I can go with it because, it's kind of hard to run a podcast and not be involved in social media. But I'm going to try to keep it to the podcast is social media and my own personal social media. I'm trying to get away from it because like I said, I get so tired of reading everybody's fake ass lives.
Yeah, you that day you were very descriptive, bro. You just brought reality to the situation. This shit is all fake, man.
It's fake, man. And and you know what? I'm gonna call them my player. I'm gonna call out my players. Me and my boy Doss was talking about this the other day. We all know people who don't post nothing up. Every one of your friends, male friends, who doesn't post anything. Like if you look at their page and they ain't posting nothing since 2015. The reason why they ain't posting nothing is because they cheating. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Or maybe they're not
No,
doing
them
anything.
niggas is cheating.
They ain't cracking.
The only niggas that keep their shit off of social media is motherfuckers who got shit to hide. And that's just the real. And I called Doss out on it. Doss was saying that, man, I hate to put that name. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Can we put Dawson's name out?
Yes.
Okay. So the person I was talking to, he was like, "Nah, you don't never see me post any pictures or anything about any of my girls, right?" And I'd be like, "Nigga, you don't post nothing about your girls because you don't want the other girls knowing about your girls."
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. My thing is, that's one truth. Then you got the other people. You know, we've already had this show, but you got the other people who posting up the pictures, all the family pictures, all the house pictures, all the car pictures, all that shit. You know, everything they get, the dog pictures, everything that they got, and then they can't get along. They ain't even speaking to each other. I'm sleeping in one room, you sleeping in the other room. You know, I'm just saying, I'm just using that as an example. You know, I'm posting up all these pictures of this happy family, but in reality, you know, it ain't what it is. But that's what everybody puts out there, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it because I know better. I know better from the people that I know who's going through it, and then what they post, and then I look at my own stuff. The same shit I'm complaining about. I'm like, damn. Like I just said, dog pictures. I look at my page. It's hella dog pictures. I look at my page. It's hella. You know, I'm not trying to dog anybody's kids out, but I'm just real. I don't want to see 50 pictures of your kids. But you look at my page. There's 50 pictures of my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm complaining about the same shit
that you do anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want to change, you got to start by being the change, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
So there we go. I'm not on Facebook no more. Now I'm not saying that's for everybody. I'm trying to get myself to a special place where I'm happy.
You know, the funny part about Facebook to me, and
that's enough from you, Kev.
I'm a very private person. And,
yes,
it's funny to me because he's a very private person, Eric. He try to pretend like he's not, but he is. He's a very private person.
I know way too many people who be
private. Right. But no, you are. You're private. You don't. There's a lot of successful things you do, a lot of things that are good, but you never have went around bragging about your accomplishments or bragging about your daughter's accomplishments. He might tell us. Like, hey, you know, D did this or what's name did this or whatever. But he's, you know, there's a lot of people that get out there every time their kids do something, they showing every 5 seconds of it and doing everything about it.
Real quick, just so I feel right for myself.
Right.
A lot of times, okay, with the bragging of the kids and stuff. Yeah. Everybody brags about their kids and stuff.
That shit.
Okay.
Don't go crazy.
Okay.
Don't go crazy.
Okay,
though.
but with me, the reason why I can go without bragging to a lot of people is because my core, like Kevin and Tony, I'm able to brag to them about my kids. So what happens is I hit Tony up every morning.
Yeah.
With, you know, nigga Deja scored 30. Nigga Jada have 14 rebounds. Erica,
but I'm family.
But what I'm saying is I get it all out with Tony. I get it all out with you, Kev.
Yeah.
I get it all out. So when we travel outside the circle, Kev, you're a witness to this. I listen to other people talk about shit that we know about.
You don't buy in.
I don't say nothing about it.
Yeah, you don't say nothing.
They think we don't know nothing about it, and they're speaking on something that I know a lot about. But I'll let you talk but the only reason I'm able to do that is because I'm able to do all that braggadocious shit with my boys.
No doubt, but sometimes I'll be wanting to say, man, your child ain't doing shit. Let me tell you what this motherfucker is about. But I don't even do it because I'm that type of person. I don't want to even go into the thing. My thing with Facebook is, I think I'm with Eric. I'm almost at the point where I only go on Facebook to see other motherfuckers.
I'm not saying that you a shiesty cat, that you one of them cats that I thought of earlier.
Yeah,
but I will say that your last post was 2013.
No, it wasn't. My last post was.
Your last post was 20 or 2010.
Last post was.
This thing got one picture.
I don't post a lot because
he got one picture.
I don't
his
post,
high school graduation picture.
You're a damn lie. I don't believe. This is me personally. I don't believe in posting shit until I feel like it's a real accomplishment. I was excited about my kids graduating. I was excited about things like that. But I'm really one of them dudes that feel like you gotta really
I
do
will
something.
say he ain't posting nothing but his kids' graduation.
Yeah, I
and
want
a good plate of food.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it has to be something
seen
that I feel
I've
like.
seen some food. on
Yeah,
there.
man. You know, when I first got Facebook, I was right with the rest of these fools. Man, I'm listening to Slick Rick, blah blah blah. I'm posting them, listening to Slick Rick, and I'm driving Mercedes in the rain. I'm posting everything I possibly can. But then I start thinking about it, like, is that really what I want to hear about from other people? Because I start watching other people post. Man, I'm in the refrigerator now. I'm getting a steak. Oh, I'm gonna cook these steaks tonight. I'm going to the bathroom. Man, I had a hard time using the bathroom. I was like, what the fuck am I paying attention to? I'm like, this shit is ridiculous. So I kind of got off of it.
And we all have those people.
And I check in
We all have
once
those
in a
people
while.
on our that we follow.
Yes.
Yeah, I
'Cause
check
I
in
got
every
some
once in a
friends.
while.
I got some friends too on my that are my friends that everything they do.
Step by step.
I
Shit, I don't
see
like
it,
that shit,
and
man.
it's like, man, I feel you, but it's kind of like, but again, you can't complain about it if you the one following it.
Yeah.
If I'm the one seeing it all the time, excuse me, if I'm the one that's seeing it all the time, I'm the one that's contributing to it.
Yeah, I like checking in once a week or once every 2 weeks to see what's going on.
I'm
Sometimes I gotta spend like 15 minutes scrolling down
I'm
just
out.
seeing what kind of shit happened. And sometimes I get to some interesting shit. They be like, "Oh, that's way cool," and I'll comment like, "That's really cool that happened." But most of the time, it be some bullshit on there. I'd be like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Dogs clear me of all that. I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
And I'm thinking I need to be out because I am not a contributor to Facebook. I'm not adding any value to having a Facebook account because I'm not on there every minute.
Is
doing
there
what they're
any
supposed to do.
value to Facebook?
Yeah, I guess
So
so.
I mean, on my side, it's one of those things where I gotta have because I still have
No. I know what you're gonna say,
Older.
but we all say that.
right.
We all say that. We
I
all
wish they
say
go
that.
to the gram.
But what I'm saying is, everybody says that I need Facebook because I got family members back east.
Yeah.
I got family members down south. But you know what the thing was I was just as happy. Unplug that whole thing. Unplug that. I was just as happy when we didn't have it. Think about it. I was just as happy when we didn't have it, and I still seen relatives down south. I still had the same relatives back east. So it's not like it's made it better for me. It's just you got some pictures. You got a couple more pictures and stuff. But it ain't about the relationship because our relationship is still the same.
Yeah, in my case, it's one of those things where I have families spread out so much that it's kind
But we all do. I do
yeah,
too.
but it's just like for me, it's easier because well, my aunt, who's in her 60s, she ain't gonna go to no.
I know, but I got the same thing though.
She's not gonna go to the gram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're not all gonna switch to the gram to make it
But
easier.
what would you do if there was no Facebook?
Would you call it?
No, but see,
That.
now hold on. But the thing is like now the family is a lot more closer because of that. Because
So you're
everybody's
saying
up to date.
it works for you?
Yeah, it works for us
But
because
I think it works for you because you're doing it right. You're doing it where your family is all involved in it, and y'all keeping each other abreast
Right.
to what's going on in
if it
each other's
wasn't for the
life.
family,
We not doing that.
If it wasn't for the family, I'd be on Instagram and I would just get.
But what
on
about all them
Facebook.
big booty girls that she be showing me on Instagram?
That's on Instagram, not Facebook.
Big videos, come with
I mean,
it.
but at the same time, it works for us because my aunt is not gonna go to Instagram, and she's not doing that.
So
She
you're
gonna
using
stay
it.
on
You're
Facebook.
using it for something that works.
That's good. That's
that's
good.
the way.
And I wish
truthfully,
my
that's the way
family
it should
used
be.
it for that.
And not to mention, they're not annoying.
Right.
Like they're not annoying. It's got to be something that's a special occasion when she'll post, but it's not like my aunt's talking about how she ate the sandwich.
Yeah,
That's-
and I'm telling you, man, I got my boys on there talking about, man, I lifted 100 pounds today, and I did this. I'm like, nigga, I don't care. I don't.
I mean,
care.
you know,
I don't care.
you know what? It's just one of those things where some people just get annoyed by. It might be just the littlest thing, or it could be something that's big where you get annoyed. It doesn't annoy me as much, but it's like, don't tell me what you did step by day all day.
Dude.
But that's what I said. That circle of mine, it's closing up a little short because I'm starting to lose.
I think
little
that's probably what I
It's
need
crazy.
to do. I need to
It's-
close it in.
It's crazy that Tony's saying that because, I mean, out of all three of us sitting in here right now, I'm the one who's always had the big ass circle, and you guys have always had, Tony's had the smaller circle, and Kev, yours is so small it's not even a circle.
I
don't even know what the fuck
I got
you got.
200.
You got a
I think
period.
I got 200 and something people requested to be friends, and I ain't said yes to none of them motherfuckers. Like,
But what I'm saying is,
I'm
what
like,
I'm saying
what the
for Tone,
fuck?
for Tone to say that he's bringing the circle in, it was kind of crazy because he's, like I say, he's always been, we was talking about me being, tight knit and all that stuff. That's Tone. And like I say, with you, I ain't never met a Kevin friend. Kevin ain't never introduced me to a friend. But
Not one.
not one. But I'm the one, I give him one.
You were lying like a motherfucker. Go ahead.
I said I give you one.
Okay, cool.
I give you one.
All right, cool.
And I don't even know if they don't like that.
I think it went down to my sister's
I
house.
don't even like that.
Chill.
I don't even know. That's a lie. I saw him in the parking lot.
He was not in the parking lot. He was out
I was in the driveway. Anyway.
No, he was out there.
Oh, you know
My
what?
sister's house, everything.
Yeah, but that don't count because,
He tripping.
all our kids went to school together.
Yeah,
But anyway,
he tripping.
So get to my point though. I've always been the one that I've had my circle is hella big.
Yeah,
And when
beautiful circle though.
And it was crazy about it is when I met Tone first. And when I met Tone, my thing was Tone was somebody that I felt like I wanted to hang with, right? So Tone's, my boy. Now I need to figure out how do I get Tone to know this circle that I'm in. Because, my circle's big and I'm constantly busy doing shit.
Yeah.
So, Tone to tell you, when Tone first came into my life, I don't think Tony ever been so busy. I had that nigga, because remember my wife's Indian, right?
Yeah.
So we
which
have
is
some-
interesting how she do it
We have functions
all the time.
week. I had Tony at every single to the point to this day they still ask, well, how's Tony doing? Where's Tony at?
That was every family.
I had that
function.
motherfucker at everything. I don't care if it from weddings to funerals.
Now, mind you,
They're
I
good
did
people,
know.
man. They lovely people.
I did know
love them.
the in-laws since high school.
Yeah, but them people, your wife's family is great people. I don't know how they are to you, because, you know what I'm saying? To you,
But-
All right.
because he you got to remember, he related to them. But I'm saying for us, they treat us well. You know what I'm saying?
No, they treat everybody well. That's what
That's
they
what
do.
they is. But the interesting part about what you said, I'm gonna cut you off.
But I
on
did the
this.
same thing real quick.
Go ahead.
I did the same thing with you.
Yeah.
So when I met Kev, he was another person I felt like, okay, this is somebody. Because like I say, I don't. It's funny because I got a big circle, but the people who I really run with, I kind of keep it a little small. So when I met Kev, it's kind of the same thing. Like, okay, I got Kev. Me and Kev is cool. And what was even better about Kev is this nigga living around the corner.
3 minutes away.
This motherfucker. I rode my bike over here.
We do everything.
we like-
Bikes, nigga, let's get bikes.
Yeah.
Everything, let's get bikes.
Yeah,
Let's
you know
get
what I'm
bikes.
saying? So it's like he was right there. So same thing. I bring him around. I he's every function, every family member knows Kev now, and that's what I've had. So I say all that to say that my circle. There's only a few people that I've done that with, and the people who I done it with before. I mean, y'all know y'all know Walt and all them cats. They ain't moved on. Keith, they ain't moved on. They doing their own thing.
Right.
I got maybe between Kev, you, and Dave. Which y'all,
Yeah, we probably the three.
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, we throw Doss up in there too, even though he get on my fucking nerves.
Yo, big Doss.
Fuck Doss, man. And make sure
I like
I'm
Doss,
gonna make sure. At what point are we at right now, so I can tell him?
I don't know because we have to blend them together.
I want to listen to this part right here when I said fuck Doss. But we throw Doss in there too. My circle just got small, man. And you gotta. I think that as we're getting older, we keep that circle tight, but you also how you make it richer, how you make it stronger. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, you know what's interesting about your circle, and I'm just talking about your circle for a second, is that I am closer.
Don't talk off my circle like it's
No, I'm just
small.
saying.
I
I am.
threw it off like it's small.
And Tony, you could probably attest to this, or you could maybe it's a little different for you.
I would testify.
In Eric's circle, we are closer, probably to the wife's side.
What?
Like we
Bitch,
talk
you
to.
speaking on my wife, nigga.
I'm just saying, she is the one that does the family functions all the
Nigga,
time.
my wife ain't never did no function with you, nigga.
I mean, you said it earlier, so I know I ain't got to go ahead back and
I ain't never said my
Is
wife
that
did no function.
they have a lot of events.
Oh, she's the most sociable.
The most sociable.
You know what?
Right?
You know, y'all think I can't read between the lines.
No,
nigga.
but I'm just saying.
My wife ain't
so,
sociable and she ain't doing shit between the lines.
So
nigga.
when you say something like we're involved, we are involved, but mainly
I'm involved, yo, nigga.
but mainly it's because of all the events that she hosts. Now, here's the funny part about it.
Please call my wife a hoe.
Yo,
The funny part is that on your side of the family, and I chop it up with your pop, moms and pops, I don't see them that much.
So,
Now you don't see mine at all, so it really don't matter. But I'm just saying I do not see them that much. What about you, Tone? Do you see them a lot?
Tell him, go ahead, though.
Well, you know, I had Thanksgiving over there, so I can't. No, there's nothing. I guess I had Thanksgiving, and I did, and you know, I'm gonna tell you,
Every holiday with us.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been to a lot of holidays.
I've done Thanksgiving over there, and I've been so comfortable that we all fucking took naps after that big meal. Woke up all at the same time and got up and ate some more at that house.
Yeah, they good. They good. I mean, I love
You know what?
families.
One
I
day,
love both of
you
them.
know what?
I'm just saying,
I just realized.
I see the wife's family more than I see Eric's family. That's all
You
I'm
know
saying.
what?
I almost can't stand this motherfucker. Cause you know why? Because other than their oldest, I've seen all the other babies been born, right? I work with this motherfucker. I got this
that's a
podcast
lot of
with this
time.
motherfucker. I
That's a lot of
spend
time.
way too much time with
That's
this
a lot of
motherfucker.
time. Yeah.
All right, so I just
I ain't
realized.
dick riding this motherfucker.
What you realize,
I
though?
just realized
What?
that
What?
we got a whole nother show, and it's gonna be a real show. What I mean by that is, you said that you brought up my family, right?
Yeah, great people.
Okay,
I
but
love
hang
them
on.
all.
That's a show. Your family. We ain't. Hang
Something
on.
wrong with them people.
We ain't.
I love
spoke-
them.
But
Something
hang
wrong
on.
with them.
I feel the same way, but we ain't spoke on it.
Yeah,
Your family.
yeah,
My family.
yeah.
And I know the
Tone's family.
Tone's family because I know Tone. We got that's a show
Yeah, we need to talk about
because
family.
he got some issues.
We got some issues.
I got some issues.
Yeah, we got some issues.
Lord.
And
Yeah, I got
that
some
motherfucker
issues.
got some issues.
We got some issues.
So when we
got
talking
some.
about our family, that's something that we ain't brought up.
You
We don't never bring up.
You know what's funny about that though is growing up, we were the tightest fucking group.
We
in the
were,
world.
too.
We was tight knit.
We
I
were.
mean,
Tone.
every holiday, if it even sounded like a fucking holiday,
Tone
we was
was-
out at the
Tone
park
was on
doing
the-
some shit with it, right? You know what I'm
Tone
saying?
was a little different. He was on the
Softball,
road.
baseball, this, that,
The
all that
Dodgers.
shit.
Yeah.
with Bunny.
Me and Buddy were close.
He's the Barney Baby.
But the shit has definitely changed. Over
Fucking
the years.
Chico,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Look. That's a, you know what? Check it out.
Fucking Chico,
That's
man.
a show we gonna. I promise you.
We gonna table that
we
one.
gonna
Yeah,
bring,
we'll
we gonna
that
bring
back.
up that family thing. We're gonna bring this up now because I think we need to be wrapping it up and stuff. So we're gonna bring this up.
So we're gonna talk about the 2018, 2019 last topic.
You know what? It ain't even 2018. It's like
2019.
2000.
Yes.
Go back a ways. And I know everybody's already talked about it. We didn't have a chance to talk about
Fuck
it.
that. I gotta give my opinion.
R. Kelly.
Woo!
Surviving R. Kelly. So
Tone hit us on a text and said, "Are you watching this shit?"
wait.
I was
So
So wrapped.
no.
So wrapped.
No. We gotta pause.
We gotta pause.
We gotta pause.
We ain't gonna pause. Go do your
Go
thing.
ahead.
I'm gonna fix that. You do your thing.
We need Tone here for this.
No, we do need Tone there fair. He gotta do his thing.
I gotta do it after him.
Okay, well you gonna do it after him, but we gonna be deep into this shit.
So
Because
surviving R. Kelly.
did you
yeah.
watch it? That's the first question.
I did. I'll say. Okay, let me tell you how I watched it.
Go ahead, tell me that.
So I watched it on. I got DirecTV, so we had that. What is that? On demand or whatever it's
Yeah,
called.
on the man.
So how that goes is that if you watch it, however you watch it, you can't fast forward to
Commercials.
commercials. So you have to watch your commercials, right?
Right.
So that's how I watched it. I woke up on Sunday.
Fuck. That's
I
fucked
watched
up.
it on. I woke up on Sunday. I started watching it. What sucked about watching it that way is that I had to watch all the commercials.
Yeah.
The other issue was that I don't know why. I mean, I got the Firebox. I don't know why I just didn't go to the Amazon Fire Stick or whatever and watch it on there. But the other thing that sucks about that is just like a lot of those type of shows. After every commercial break, they have to recount the last 15 minutes. So you know when they come back, they come back
Last
and
what
they
happened on
tell you
Survivor.
and they tell you the same shit we just seen
Yeah.
for 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and then they give you maybe 10 minutes of some new stuff, and then it's commercial again.
God damn.
So I watched it, and it ended up shit taking me all day to watch it because I remember looking back at like it probably was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now in the evening, and I'm still watching it. Mind you, I started watching it like at 9 o'clock or some shit like that. So because I watched it, all day, I did watch it, but I didn't see the last episode. I was just burnt out. I couldn't watch no more.
Shit, if I had to watch it that way, I've been burnt out too, probably.
So
I'm feeling good about the way I watched it. I watched it on Hulu.
that's why. I should have watched it on something like that.
No commercials, and it was just a straight episode of what it was. And I think I got to watch all 6 or 7 episodes. I can't remember how many episodes it was. In about a matter of 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah, which was my mouth was open half the fucking
Okay,
time.
we're
'Cause
not
I couldn't believe
asking
it.
what you thought about it.
So,
Your mouth.
Tone. So did you? So you watched it?
Yeah, I recorded it and just kind of like watched the rest of the episode during the weekend, so that way I could just just knock it all out in a day or two or something like that. But nasty.
No, okay, so we ain't asked what your opinion was. So now that we all watched it,
yeah.
we've all come to not conclusion, but we've come to the conclusion that we all watched it.
Right.
First, my first question for y'all, and y'all can go all off. Was there? I mean, if we think back to it, we all knew.
Every last one of us knew
We all knew. No.
that R. Kelly was a
No.
child. Come on, man.
Hang
Motherfuckers fucking
on.
Aaliyah.
Hang on.
We all knew.
Hang on.
I don't think
We didn't.
Okay, go.
We didn't know to what extent that what was going on. We didn't know exactly what was going on, but we all had questions about R. Kelly messing with young girls, right? That's my glass, nigga.
Are you done? I just wanted to be over there because it was on the edge.
Why you touching my glass?
It was on the edge, motherfucker. I don't want it to drop.
Touched it on the lip part too.
No, I did. I touched it right here. Sideline.
Why you put your hoof on my glass?
Fuck you and that nigga right there, man.
Hey.
Anyway,
This is the year.
So I feel like I kind of knew about it. Kev is already explained that he knows about it. He knew about it.
Yeah, I did.
But you're kind of looking like you didn't know that you up until this point you didn't know R. Kelly was messing with young girls.
No, I knew, but the part that tripped me out is like.
Don't go too far ahead though. Go ahead.
No. The part was the only time I had a weird, uncomfortable feeling was the whole Aaliyah thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, see, slow down.
That's what I knew.
Slow down.
Then, but I didn't know because of the show. I didn't know that started way.
Wait, but what about the peeing on the girl?
That was
the
after
video.
Aaliyah, I think.
That's after Aaliyah.
That was after.
But I seen
Aaliyah.
the video, and they was accusing him of fucking with the 14-year-old.
So I mean, so
Everybody
what you're saying is that from the beginning, then, since the Aaliyah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's when we all found out about it, though.
But at the same time, for me, I thought it was because. Well, first of all, considering everybody found out what happened to her because she lied about her age and everything.
Yeah.
No. They lied about her.
They lied. Whoever did it lied about
The
the age
manager.
and forged whatever. Okay,
Man,
but the thing was, I thought it was because she wanted to go out on her own or something like that. Her parents didn't. That's my thinking.
Because you're watching the Aaliyah story.
No.
Yeah, I watched the Aaliyah story too.
I didn't even watch the Aaliyah story.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was just my take from it. Just when I first heard about the Aaliyah and R. Kelly, I was like, oh, wait a minute. She's hella young, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't know she was that young. But I thought it was It was the thing where he took guardianship of her so she can go ahead and do her thing.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Well, she was 12 initially. She started at 12. You know that, right?
Not with R. Kelly.
12.
No.
She met R. Kelly when she was 12.
I think
think you're wrong on that.
No,
bro.
I am not
I
wrong.
think it was
12. 12.
I think you're wrong on that.
Okay, we can
But,
research
I
it.
mean,
R.
but
Kelly at 12. She put AJ Nothing But a Number out at 15. 12.
Yeah, but my that's what I was saying. To finish what I was saying, was my take was I thought she did that just to get out of her parents' guardianship or just parental stuff, so she can go on the road and do her thing.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
Would you
all
say,
that.
But even that way of thinking is kind of crazy. You don't marry somebody to get out of guardianship with your parents. That's whack. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, you're saying that, but
I understand what
that
you're
was
saying,
my
but that's
reasoning.
just sickening. Just thinking about it.
It is, but that was my reasoning. I didn't know there was other stuff.
I
going
think
on
that
at
I
the time.
represent. I think I represent the way a lot of people were thinking at that time, because this is truly how I was thinking at that time when Aaliyah came out with AJ Nothing But a Number. Of course, there were the whatchamacallit, why can't I ever think of words?
What's that? Think of words. That's crazy.
Let me show me.
What was it you trying to say?
12 years old, you're right.
12 years
Yeah,
old.
12 years old when they met. So what I'm saying is that when I think I represent most people when I say that there were a lot of stories out there. There was a lot of nobody knew exactly what was going on, but there were stories out there. So when we heard about Aaliyah being underage but being with R. Kelly, at the time, truthfully, we didn't know. There was always questions. How old is R. Kelly?
Yeah, we didn't know that motherfucker.
How old is
24.
Aaliyah?
He was almost 30.
He was 24 when he met Aaliyah.
But what I'm saying, he was how old?
24.
Okay, what I'm saying is, so he was 27 when they got married or whatever.
Yeah, 27.
So what I'm saying is, it was always up in the air. How old is Aaliyah? How old is R. Kelly? How old is Aaliyah? You never actually knew. So at that point, we as fans and stuff, you just kind of like, because remember this is a different time.
Yeah, it was
So
questionable.
we
All
not
that was
knowing
questionable.
we not knowing everybody's. Think about it. When we were kids, remember Michael Jackson was portrayed as somebody way younger than what he was too.
Yeah.
There's so many.
I don't think the Aaliyah part got me as much. I think I was questionable. I was with you. Yeah, I was more
So
questionable.
I'm just thinking back at the time how we
Yeah,
were thinking.
yeah.
So I never really questioned it at the time. At the time, I thought about, I heard it.
Mhm.
You heard it, but you didn't really think about it. You saw a cat that was dressed like we all dressed, R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You saw a girl, Aaliyah,
She
who
dressed the same way?
looked like any other
Grown.
girl.
Like,
grown
She's
woman?
not even grown. Let's say like
A
this,
young chick.
because R. Kelly, like he could have been 20
Yeah.
right.
easily, and Aaliyah like she could have been 17
Yeah. 18.
That's
19.
what I'm
easily.
saying.
Now at that time,
We
a 20-year-old talking to a 17-year-old. Now I'm not, mind you, because I'm gonna say something a little later.
Cuss the motherfucker out.
I'm gonna say something a little later that's gonna kind of like say the opposite of what I'm saying right now. But mind you, at that time, if I was 20
She was 17.
and I was talking to a girl and I'm like, yeah, and she told me she like, I'm 17. Yeah, I would have thought you on the young age, you're the young
I can wait
end.
till you're 18.
But no, I'm not even gonna say that. What I'm gonna say is, I'm thinking to myself, if you're looking like that, I'm 20, 17. We got 3-year difference.
That's not much.
You don't think the same way as
Yeah.
a grown man thinks now.
Yeah, you still a young
Looking
kid.
back.
When you're 20, you're still.
You're
Yeah.
still a kid. You still.
Because remind you, my wife is I think 3 years younger than me right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
3 or 2. But what I'm saying is that, so you don't think the same way. But what I'm saying is that you could see it. It wasn't, even if it was an issue, you kind of like, it doesn't look bad. And this is before we had all the information that we have now.
Oh,
So you
sure.
don't even think that much about it. As you hear it through the years, you start thinking a little more about it. Then you get the piss tape comes out.
That's when I knew something was up.
You knew something was up with the
Yeah,
piss tape.
when they showed that little girl, when they were talking about it and him going to the case, I was like, she's 14. I was like, something ain't right.
But when you watched the tape, did you think that was?
I didn't think she was 14 at first.
Exactly.
Okay.
When I
Another
first seen the
thing.
tape, I didn't think she was 14.
So did you see the tape back then?
I seen the tape back then.
Did you see the tape back then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna be truthful. When I first saw the tape, the first thing I thought was that is that R. Kelly? Because there is a little thing in my mind that was like, it looks like R. Kelly, but it just wasn't that clear.
Yeah.
Where my
Black
thing
and
was, if you convicted him, can you convict him on that? I'm like, it looks like R. Kelly, but it also could look like somebody who looks like R. Kelly, who's trying to look like R. Kelly. Because the one thing I will say is the girl did look young. She looked hella young.
Yeah.
Looked hella young, but how young?
But my thing was too, I'm gonna be truthful, is as an adult, because at that time when I seen that thing, I'm thinking to myself, if I'm R. Kelly, and I hate to just put it out there like that, I'm fucking a higher grade than that.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the chick and I'm like,
You would think.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, but I'm telling you what I'm thinking.
Right.
So I'm telling you before I come to the point that I'm like, R. Kelly's nasty. This is before I come to that point. I'm like, that can't be R. Kelly. First of all, I don't know if that's really him. Second of all, if that's R. Kelly, you gotta be fucking a higher grade than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about grade like in kindergarten through 12th. I'm talking about grade like
Quality of a chick.
in Bama and ooh-wee. My grade. You know, you got to be fucking a higher grade than that. So I'm looking at it like, because I remember looking at the girl like, even like I hate to speak on it because we sound sick saying it. I sound sick saying it. But we're looking at like woman parts. Her breasts just them ain't women breasts.
Yeah, as a kid.
Them little kid breasts. And it's like, so I'm looking at this and I'm like, no way is that R. Kelly. So, for me, and I'll let y'all talk now. For me, it kind of right there, I kind of stopped right there, and then everything else was just stories. I just heard story after story after story after story. There's no more videos. There's no more nothing that can sway me towards that. It's just you hear stories after stories after stories about R. Kelly and little girls. So after a while, you just start thinking, that's R. Kelly. Now, I don't know how you guys felt about it.
Well, the tape. When I first saw the tape, I was like, I don't know if it was a kid. I couldn't tell. I was questionable about it. But when they went to trial and they announced that she was 14, that's when I said, something's wrong with this motherfucker. If that is a child at 14, something's wrong with him. And they started saying the other girls were 17. I really didn't have any question about the 17-year-olds because 17-year-olds going into 18-year-olds, I think about me being 17. I think about how life transitions into being that. And I really wasn't tripping on that.
I'm
But
making all this
14
fucking
years
noise.
old, the 14-year-old stuck in my mind. It just really stuck in my mind.
You know what? I'm
And
gonna
then
say
after
this.
that,
I'm gonna
it
say this.
just
I'm gonna let y'all speak real quick,
kept
Kev.
being nasty.
Okay.
I kept thinking about you during this whole thing, and the only reason I think about you is not because of the nasty part of it, is because you have to deal with young girls and what the things that you do,
Yeah.
being a coach and stuff. And I kept thinking about in these situations how Kev would have to handle it, and it made me say, I don't know how you would handle it. I don't know, first of all, we know that you, because of the way you conduct business, that you wouldn't be in that position, but you never know things that happen.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that it made me, the conclusion I came to with you was like, and this is only after watching, the Surviving R. Kelly, I was like, why the fuck would anybody would have anything to do, like the last thing I want to do in life is work with young girls. I hate to say it, but
14
it's
is
like,
different from 18.
it's like you don't want to work with them because it's a fucked up situation.
It is. They're mentally they are not in the same space. 18-year-old thinks a little different from a 14-year-old, and you get to, because I coach varsity basketball. I had an opportunity to have some 14-year-olds, but not many. But talking to them was like talking to a little kid.
Right.
And it's like you can manipulate them totally different from talking to an 18-year-old. And you might not think those 4 years, they in high school, they dealing with each other. It is totally different. It is a total different conversation. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And that
For
was
them
his
to
target
grab.
base. That was
And
his target base. Get
His
'em
target
young.
base. When I thought about them 14-year-olds, I was saying, use a sorry motherfucker to be talking to a kid like that instead of dealing with an adult, which I hate to say it, the type of women he was going after, the ones with challenges and problems and bad history and things that went, maybe they were molested or maybe they had trouble with their family. The type of girls he targeted made me think, damn, dog, you couldn't find you a 30-year-old with that same issue
And he
if you
did.
want to be that way.
He
He
did.
did find some 30-year-olds.
He
that,
found those too. But at the
but
same time,
why couldn't he stay with them
Now-
older? Because they're making adult
right.
choices.
Now, mind you, he used his star status
Yeah.
to bring them in. Like they said, he's the Pied Piper. But the thing is, he brought that.
That's
he
a cold jacket when you think about it, right?
That's crazy. But at the same time, the thing is that he did take advantage of his stardom,
Uh-huh.
and then all the girls that want to sing, and
Yeah.
that's the thing is just it comes down to the whole. He used the fact that he's the star. I mean, consider the fact that his first album and he had young women or underage girls around him at the studio in
All the
Chicago.
time singing. Yeah.
I did not realize how fast his stardom rose up when he was with Public Announcement.
Yeah.
And they even since then he was. I mean, they reported him seeing them at cruising
The
freaking high school.
Going taking kids out after high school.
At McDonald's.
At McDonald's, right?
I mean, it was amazing. I had no idea how fast his whole stardom rose, even at their first album.
You know what's a trip to me is that this motherfucker is still doing it at 50 something. I mean, if you 18 and you legal and you make
Is
them
he
dumb
50?
decisions,
Still doing it.
you make them dumb decisions to fuck with a 50-year-old at when you 18. You 18, you legal, ain't nothing nobody can say, right? She legal, whatever it is. But for this dude to be hanging out at high schools,
He ain't still hanging out of
he
high.
ain't hanging out of high schools now. But I'm saying for him to have been hanging out, he was hanging out in high schools for a long ass time. It was a long time. They went through their little timeline, and that motherfucker was hanging out for a long ass time at high schools, going to high schools and getting kids.
When
That
he did,
motherfucker,
when he did Vibe, when he did Honey Love.
that's 12 play. That's the R. This is a good album. And this is one thing I want to say, and I'm going to tell you right now, and y'all can persecute me after I say this, because I know this is fucked up I'm about to say. I'm going to listen to some R. Kelly.
No, I ain't. You know what?
I'm sorry.
I will say this.
I'm sorry, man. That motherfucker, I mean, I know that's fucked up, but man, he got some good ass music.
I say this.
I hate even saying that shit, man. But I like R. Kelly's music, man. I hate that nigga for all the other shit. But
I'll
he
say,
good.
I'll say this. I'll say this. When R. Kelly put out the music, I thought he was one of the best at what he does. I thought 12 Play. 12 Play was one of my favorite albums.
Boy,
It really was.
Yeah.
But knowing what I know now,
Fuck,
he gets
man.
canceled, bro. And I'm gonna be real with you. Every time I hear R. Kelly song now, as much as the classics that he has, as much as the music that he puts out, the music that we all love, I'm gonna feel a certain kind of way whenever I hear it. When you play a song that is R. Kelly, yeah, my initial thought might be like, oh, there's that jam. But I guarantee you, by that third, fourth beat, I'm going to be thinking, why the fuck are we listening to R.
You
Kelly?
should not be listening to that shit.
Yeah, we should not be listening to R.
This should
Kelly.
be. I mean,
I'm done with it.
When motherfuckers say, yeah, don't, that's nasty. You shouldn't be listening to it. And I was thinking at that time. I said, I felt nasty just listening to him back in the day. Ever since I heard Vibe, and then all of a sudden 12 Play came out, I was like, oh my god, I wore that cassette.
I wore 12 Play out.
I wore
cassette
that
and CD.
motherfucker out.
And I remember I was in Germany then, and I remember talking to my brother and telling my brother that I thought that is the best album I ever listened to. I told him every song on there.
Every fucking song.
Every song on there was just great. And, like I say, I feel strongly enough to say that I'm willing to cancel out, even though I know that that's one of the greatest albums. I'm willing to be like,
got to, man.
I'm done with it. He doesn't get my vote.
Nah, you can't. This, yeah. There's that whole separation of artists and all that. No, I'm separating the man, the artist. I'm separating everything.
Don't you got to do the same thing for Michael Jackson, man?
That's what I'm about to say.
I haven't heard of a Michael Jackson song in so many years, dude. Yeah.
You ain't heard of a Michael Jackson. They play Michael Jackson all the time.
I haven't played anything.
Wait.
I haven't listened to.
Oh, so what you're saying? You're already through with Michael.
I just, for some reason, man,
We all hear Michael songs.
Yeah, but I don't listen to radio either. So.
Okay, so you're saying that.
Even on my playlist.
So you're saying that when you hear Michael, you're not listening to it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna dance to it. You're not gonna do none of that. If you're at a party and stuff, so hey, let's dance. You're not dancing to
I'm
Michael.
not doing the beady choreograph everything. I'm not.
So you're not fucking with Michael.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. And there is a documentary coming out with him too.
So you're not fucking with Michael.
I can't fuck with Mike. Man.
So I just want to official that you're not fucking with Michael.
I don't think I can fuck with Mike.
No, I don't think.
I don't think I can fuck with Mike.
Don't think. They say it.
Cause I damn sure can't
Just
fuck.
say
I
it.
can't. Yeah, man.
See, yeah, you ain't fucking with Michael.
I can't fuck with Mike.
Okay.
Cause it feels like he's in the same realm, dude.
Hey, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Cause
It's
he
just
went through
funny.
that whole court business too, and guess what? Gone.
My thing is
Shit, man.
I feel you where you're coming from. I don't know what it is about R. Kelly that makes me so definitive about not fucking with R. Kelly. And then when Michael comes on, for some reason, I'm shamed. I feel shame for what he's done with the little kids. But for some reason, I just don't feel as strong about not listening to his music. And you know, people say because you're letting good music be the reason. And that's not the truth, because I like Michael Jackson, I like his music, but I'm not going to say that R. Kelly didn't give me. R. Kelly gave me music that I think I enjoyed maybe more than Michael. There's
But R. Kelly gave you the tape.
because your body's calling. Your body calling. That's the jam.
Motherfucker, down low.
I mean, I can go. I mean, you know what?
And you know what? I don't even want. You know what? I don't even want to recap all the bullshit because I just don't want to. Because it makes me feel like.
Well, real quick.
It makes me feel like I give him credit for all the doing. And I just.
We gotta end this because we're going on way too long, and we missed out the window on the R. Kelly stuff because we a little late getting on. But the last thing I want to get on is that, and I'm not even going to ask the question because the question makes it even go on even longer. But I just want to make a statement that everybody who was fucking with R. Kelly, if you did songs with R. Kelly, if you was part of R. Kelly, was touring together, if anybody was in the studio with R. Kelly, you knew what the fuck was going on. Don't sit there.
You
and
used a
act
nasty
like,
motherfucker too.
I'm not even trying to make fun out of it. I'm just trying to be real quick. All these motherfucking artists who
Saw.
as a fan of R. Kelly, we're the only ones that get to say that we thought something was going on. We maybe thought something because we don't know for sure.
Yeah, we're not in the industry.
Them fuckers is in there.
Yeah, they
And-
see them 12-year-olds.
I'm gonna tell you this.
14,
I want
15,
to go on
16.
record. I want to go on record as one who's saying it. As one of the people. I'm sure I'm not the first person who's saying it. There's a lot of other artists that dealt with R. Kelly that partook in the things that R. Kelly was doing. The reason why I say that is because if I'm the person that's into these young girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now we're in the studio, right?
Yeah.
If you come to visit me, and I got this studio right here with all kind of women, but the women ain't women, they're girls, all kind of girls that's underage.
And they
And
touching
let
on you?
Let me finish. I got a bed in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
I got girls doing all kind of freaky shit. Now these are girls. Now mind you, I know it sounds sick, but just listen me out. Hear me out. I got all these girls doing all this freaky shit, and now I got Tone coming in from out of town. I'm like, Tone, man, this is what we do. Da da da. I got the drink right there. I got the dank right there. I got girls. They do whatever. Girl, go over there and make Tony feel good. You can't tell me that either it's gonna come out,
Yeah.
or if it never comes out, we all know better that there's a lot of other artists that partook. Is that a word? Partook?
I understand
You know what I'm saying? That
what
took
you're saying.
part.
They took part of
They
the
took
war.
part of what R. Kelly was doing. R. Kelly was too big of an artist, dealing with too many different artists, too many different people
Or didn't say it.
for them to come in and not say it. It's just like when you go to Snoop Dogg's studio. Believe me, if you're not smoking weed, you gonna get
Contact high.
you're gonna understand what's going on. If you go to Uncle Luke's studio, there's gonna be strippers.
Luke dances up in
There's
that
gonna
bitch.
be Luke dances. If you go, there's certain things that you know. So if you go to R. Kelly, and I guarantee you, R. Kelly, the type of person, the person that was at the top of his game and stuff, wanted people to believe that when you come deal with me, you'll have a good time.
You can have a good time. I wish you
I
with that.
guarantee it.
Yeah, because the exception is you thinking, oh, there's gonna be some women up in that motherfucker.
That's right.
Wait,
And then you
That'll
walk
do-
in
that'll
and
do
it's fucking
anything.
girl,
But
little
the,
girl.
wait,
the
hey,
thing
but
about
don't-
it is, if they disguise
we-
as looking older,
We can't get it twisted though. We can't get this twisted. This shit has been going on for a long ass time.
oh, we already know that.
You
We already know that.
go back
We
and
know
you
that.
talk about Elvis Presley. Priscilla Presley was 15 years old when he met her.
You know what? There's no need
Motherfucker.
to talk about the white.
Yeah,
people, 'cause-
yeah, Jerry Lewis,
Because,
all the
no,
motherfuckers,
but-
man.
but
This shit's
you-
rock
but
and roll bands, all that shit.
But
Man.
it
It's
goes
all
back.
go way on, way.
But
Yeah,
you
way.
ain't
whatever
got.
it
But you
is.
ain't got to name white people. The
But
black-
I mean, saying it's been
I'm
doing
just
that
saying
shit.
the old black bands have been doing
Doing it too. The shit has been going on forever.
James Brown, everybody.
Yeah, 'cause
they've all had them.
Most people who go to concerts are young. You know what I mean? They go, when they were going to concerts, they probably 16, 17, 18 years old. And you know them chicks is young. You know they young. If you young, it probably worked. When this motherfucker's 27, 28, 29, 30, 35, 45.
But to see the thing
Shit
about
is
it
crazy.
is they're being presented to you. They're being presented to you as they're young, but these are still. And this is where the fucked up part comes in as a man, because you don't think about age. You just think about you look, and you be like,
Yeah.
That's just still fucked up.
But in his case, he knew exactly who was
but
coming
yeah,
to
but
the
he knew exactly.
studio.
That's
If
right.
we go back to just, I know we trying to kill R. Kelly thing, and I just want to make this point. What did you feel about the parents? Because I'm feeling as a parent, and I don't know the situation totally. I just watched the TV show. I'm feeling like if my baby's in the house, there ain't shit you can do to get me not to get in the house. And motherfuckers was like, some people were like, we trying to do a wellness check and this and that, and we waiting on the police to come. And I'm saying, I'm trying to round up all my family and all my friends, and we got to bum rush the dough. I got to get in there. I can't be letting my child be in here with this motherfucker. It's different when she lying to you and you don't know. Right?
Not when they're of age.
Yeah,
See,
when you
I
don't know.
I feel like what you say, what you just said is
I'm talking about minors. I'm not talking about the adults.
what you said is the way we want it to be. But I think that when you're in that position, you're already in a fractured state because your daughters are automatically. I mean, obviously you don't have the relationship you think you have with your daughter.
No doubt.
Because she's decided to do something a little different than what you thought she would do. Now I had the same conversation with I forgot who it was, but my thing was I thought about a situation and I don't want to go deep off in it, but it's like your daughter and you have a daughter and both of you guys have a daughter. It could be as simple as, and this is where, I spoke from experience. It could be as simple as you and your daughter get into an argument that night. Okay? Your daughter decides that because she's arguing with you that, sometimes they frame it as running away.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they're going over a friend's house. Whatever it is, they need to get away. So they leave your house. Now, because you don't stay with your daughter all the time, you don't know exactly who your daughter's
Socializing with
hookups might be.
yeah.
And your daughter's hookup could be somebody who, has a car.
Yeah.
Or in worst case scenario, in this case, it just happens to be somebody who is a friend of a predator like R. Kelly. And then like, oh, I know where you could stay. Because he was already asking about you and stuff like that anyway. Or she might have already been kind of talking to him a little bit.
Yeah, that's something you don't know, though.
So
that's
what I'm saying is just because of that argument and just because of that one hookup with the car that can get her to that spot, to this spot, or, some kids are well-to-do. They have their own car. They can go and drive. I had a fight with my dad tonight. Come over here. I got you. Come over here. You can stay here. Da-da-da. You never know what the situation is. So what I'm saying is, the situation that you're saying, it sounds good to say, I'm getting my boys, I'm getting my folks, we breaking down the door, but at the same time, that same thing that you're talking about doing, that same action, might be pushing your daughter further and further away.
I understand.
A perfect example was a certain spot of that show we were all watching. When she went to go save her daughter, her daughter acted like, what are you doing here? And then she was like, yeah, come back at 6, so and so.
Yeah.
And then later on, she gets the call from the manager saying that she called the police and said, if you ever come back here, What I'm saying is, the right thing as a parent, it feels to do is go get your baby, but you got to remember, you're dealing with somebody who's been mentally.
She's been brainwashed.
Yeah, but
exactly.
The
so
interesting
there's
part
nothing that you can do.
The interesting part of what you're saying is she was an adult. She had passed the age of 18. I'm talking about
it doesn't
the
matter.
one under 18.
No, but see what I'm saying is
they started young.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
matter.
that's what I said. The one they did start young, but she didn't go to get her daughter when she was young. I'm saying if your daughter is under the age of 18 and she's in a house with somebody, it is your responsibility as a parent to figure out a way to get your daughter. Now, if the police won't go get her with you, it's time for you to go to extreme measures. I have to feel that I would go to the extreme. If my daughter was 17 in a house with a man who is known for doing this. Now, don't get this twisted. I want to make sure you understand this. If my daughter was 17 and her boyfriend was 22, 23, and they were having they had a relationship and they was going, and I found out she was dating a 22 or 23-year-old, I would be upset with my daughter to say, he's probably too old for you. And I would try to talk her back off the ledge. But if I found out this dude was a predator, if I found out this was what he does, he's just out there using you, I would be upset. Because I know that older men have relationships with younger girls. That's not out of the norm. I don't see that as out of the norm. I even know that older women have a relationship with younger men, right? I don't see that as out of the norm. But that's a conversation we can talk about. Hey, he's too old for you, baby. I think you should try to find somebody more your age, blah, blah, blah. She know, Dad, this is my man. This is who I'm going to be with. Hey, fuck it. You're going to live, you're going to learn. That's the way shit goes. That's how it is. But in this incident, that they knew, they figured it out, that he had multiple girls. He had multiple women having threesomes and all this other shit. They finding all this shit out. I don't want my daughter in that environment. She's supposed to be in there singing, and she's not in there singing. That's not what she's doing.
But that was his target base.
Yeah, I know. That's the part that would drive me nuts, to find out, okay,
But
you said I'm gonna have a chaperone, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that. I'm not getting any of that. I'm just getting your predatory ass messing with my baby. That's the only part.
I'm,
Go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry.
I'll try again, but what I'm trying to say is I agree with you on your feeling, how you feel, and I would feel the same way. What I'm saying is that even after all that's said and done, you react to what you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You do whatever you're feeling. Your actions show you act on how you're feeling. My thing is that I'm just being real. If you do everything that you say that you're gonna do, as a teenage girl, if she decided that that's what she wants to do, then as soon as you get back home, the only thing that's gonna be on her mind is getting back to where she was.
Yep.
And the one thing I give to those mothers, because if you notice, a lot of times the father was just kind of sitting there going like this. You know, he's mad, he's sitting there. The one thing I give to those mothers is as mad as they are, they understand how girls think.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you how girls think, but they realize that it ain't as easy as snatching her up out the atmosphere, out of that situation, bringing her home, and thinking that, now we got her out the situation. It's all good. Like Tone said, it's brainwashing going to.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
There's so much other stuff that's involved, and raising girls, the one thing that you really don't want to do is just be this. They can't see me, but I'm holding my fist up. The one thing you don't want to do is just be cut and dry, like no to whatever it is that they're doing. You need to let it be known that it's no, but you have to open up some type of situation where they can, because if they feel like the only reason is because you said it yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like, I need to get them. It's not about you, because girls, they think differently.
No, but I also said, and I hope you guys got that part, if it's a one-on-one relationship, I know those things happen. You got to let those kind of run their course. But if you feel that this man is a predator,
but it doesn't matter what you feel.
If you feel that that's
what I'm trying to say.
It
doesn't matter what you feel, because what you feel might be right. What you feel might be right, but that's not what's going to make the situation better. Because you have to go into a situation and you have to somehow convince your daughter not to be with this guy. And this guy is somehow convinced your daughter that this is the right thing. So whether you're looking at it from a situation that we're all looking at it from.
I'm looking at it from the father's perspective. I definitely.
No, but not only the father perspective, the right perspective. Everybody's looking at it as it's bad.
It's only common sense.
No. But it is common sense.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about. But again, I keep saying again, we're not talking about just some guy that's 20-something years old dating a 17-year-old.
But it doesn't matter if you say predator, because she don't see him as a predator. So it don't matter. You can call him whatever the fuck you want to call him. But if she sees him as something different, then what does it matter what you think about him?
Because he's
it's
running
the same
game.
way a family member.
He is running
game. He's telling her she's the only one, so she's
but
feeling
no,
like she's the only one.
But she knows she's not the only one. He's got
multiple women.
But he got multiple women in the scenario.
But it doesn't matter if you feel like you're feeling
it's
the
too
spot.
late. It's too late.
If you're feeling the spot that you believe that's important, it doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. It's the same way if you think I'm an asshole. No, I'm not sorry, you. If everybody thinks I'm an asshole and I'm your boy, everybody else outside of here is say he's an asshole, he's an asshole, he's an asshole. That's my boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy. So you know what? He might be an asshole, but with me, he's my boy.
Yeah.
So it's the same way. Everybody thinks he's a predator. He treats me so nice. Yeah. Every once in a while he beats me and stuff because I deserve it. That's the first thing they want to say.
That's the coach.
But that's the kind of shit
they do say that. They did say that.
And that's what I'm saying. This is the reason why, we talked before the show. I didn't want to really get into the R. Kelly thing because I
That's
knew
good.
it's a whole show by itself. But my thing is, I agree with you. If I'm the parent, I'm probably gonna be doing everything I can to try to get my daughter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you doing everything you can to get your daughter might be pushing your daughter.
It might push her
further
away.
away.
It might. You're right.
I mean, but the thing is we're only speaking on it because we're parents of girls.
Yeah.
And just listening to the parents and them being helpless, man. That in itself hits
I felt
home.
bad for the ones that was over 18. I was feeling hella bad for those ones that was over 18.
Yeah, because it's one of those things. Is like, damn, like you don't. It's the thing where you don't want to be in their shoes, but yeah, you still have an understanding of what would I do.
Yeah.
And the first instinct is bust down the door.
But we
Yeah,
all, we say that.
It's not always the. It's
But
not
we
as-
say that
always a
about
good case.
we say that about every situation.
Yeah.
In hindsight, we always sit back and we always say, "Oh man, if that was me,
Oh, that's the number one thing.
if that was me,
He's
I
just
would have
saying
did that."
that.
But we never know exactly what
You
you
hope
do
that's
until
not
you're
you.
in that situation. And I don't have anything close to this.
Yeah.
But the one situation that I do have with my own daughters is that, in that instinct, I went off, and my thing was no, 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 and all it did was make my daughter go further away from wanting to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because they already feel a certain way. So in hindsight, I think about it, and I should have went about it a different way.
Yeah.
It still could have been no, but there's certain ways you go about it. And like you say, busting down the door, bringing her home, all that's going to do is keep her at home for a couple
I
of
just
weeks.
want to whoop his
and then
ass.
Go back. Think about it. I mean, think about how many girls that you've seen. That they,
I mean, the parents. I to give credit to the parents. They actually did. They did. I mean, yeah, they did a whole media run, but at the same time, they actually went there and tried. But there's
the
so
media
much.
run was you need to do that.
You definitely do.
You need to bring it out.
But at
to
the
them.
same time, is when you actually go there, but your kid is of age,
Yeah, that's
it's
fucked
even
up.
harder.
Yeah,
because now they're
there's
not
nothing
minors.
you can do. They're not
And-
minors. You ain't nothing you can do.
And they're
They're free
saying,
choice.
And they're saying that no, we want to be here.
Yeah, that's
And
their
he treats
choice.
us- and he treats us. All that stuff is bullshit.
yeah.
He doesn't treat us like that.
And
So
that's
there's-
why I can say nothing about the ones over 18. Just nothing you can
There's
say.
nothing there was nothing that the parents could do. Even the police were called. There was nothing else they could
Nothing.
do. Minors
The minors.
is a
though.
whole new other ball game.
The
But
minors.
18 and over,
The
there's
minors.
not a whole lot you can do, and that's tough.
Is the minors you come into the question? So you gotta say, and I understand what you're saying. You come to the point where you gotta say, okay, you're gonna hate me, but I'm taking you home. I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that at that point, I probably would do the same thing. Let it be known, I would do the same thing. But we also talking about minors that are close to becoming adults. So-
Exactly.
I'm hoping that
So-
2 years
so-
give me something. She was 16 and one girl.
The
So-
mom did let her do her thing.
Yeah.
The mom said there was nothing I can do. She was of age. I had to let my baby go.
So
Yeah.
when you're doing stuff that close to them becoming adults, sometimes you have to approach things a little different with
Right.
with some gloves. You gotta handle it different, so they hopefully see what it is you see. Because if they don't see what you see, they just become that much more committed to being in that situation, and that's what sucks because
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to the mind or the psyche of what those girls are
exactly,
thinking
I can't
because
either
I
because
can't.
I don't know.
It doesn't. It's a different thing where he gets you young and then he brainwashes you until you become,
Of age,
of
yeah.
age,
There's-
and then there's no whole lot you can do
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
there's
Well, that
he's
one chick, yeah,
he's a
fucked her
predator,
up. Yeah,
and
he's a predator.
knowing that is a habitual thing. He does it and does it, and eventually he knows exactly where the cutoff part is, and then you're an adult, and there's nothing that the parents can do anymore. It's one
You-
thing for you to be a minor, and then busting through the door. It's another that you're 18 and over.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot you can do And
You
by
know,
then
we,
it's too
we
late.
really got to stop. We really got to stop speaking about. We really got to stop saying what people should do, because like what Tone just said, he's not going to speak on what her frame of mind is, because the thing is that it could be something as simple as, we take for instance drinking. We all drink, right? But there's people who don't drink, who can't understand
Yeah, why you drink?
why you would drink.
Yeah.
And it's they don't know what we go through. I mean, it's nothing, but what I'm saying, they don't know what the frame of mind is about me drinking.
Right.
Same way with all different types of situations. People, we need to stop thinking about what people should have did in a situation,
Right.
what people should do in a situation, because you never know until you've been through it. It's the same way people saying, like for instance, for years I said to myself, I've always told people, and now it sounds stupid to me, but I always said, if you want to lose weight, just stop eating. It just makes sense. If I wanted to lose some weight, I just wouldn't eat for 3-4 days. I just wouldn't, and I would lose weight. But that's coming from somebody who's been skinny their whole life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To somebody who's been chunky their whole life, they look at it as it's not that easy. So now that I'm older, and now I got a stomach. Now I got some weight. I've tried to lay off certain things, and I start seeing how hard. Now, mind you, I'm still, for the most part of it, somebody that is not overweight. I mean, I could do a lot better, but I'm sure there's people overweight that would love to be in my situation. And I'm having a hard time not eating this or not eating that.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Those people. So that's what I'm saying. Those people, we really need to stop talking about how some people's frame of mind is or what they should be thinking.
Right.
When we haven't been through a situation. It's hard for us to say how somebody feels about coming out the closet, about being gay, when we haven't we can't
We haven't lived in their shoes.
yeah, we can't even, exactly, we haven't lived in their shoes. It's hard for
Yeah.
us to think about somebody being black or somebody being whatever it is, Jewish, whatever it is, speaking for them when we haven't experienced any of it. So
Right.
that's something that we really need to stop doing.
It is hard when motherfuckers tell you how easy something is when you haven't even experienced what they experience. I mean, it's you don't know what. I mean, it's like you can't tell somebody how to feel something. You can't tell somebody how to think or anything like that. So they got to come to. They gotta calm down just a little bit, because it's easier for somebody to do something. You just gotta kind of let them be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, it's kind of hard. But I mean, you know what, man, fuck R. Kelly.
You know?
I'm with Tone. Fuck R. Kelly.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we didn't want to really. I didn't really want to get into it.
Yeah.
'Cause I knew it was a long conversation, and we dropped the ball, and that we should have probably.
Got an episode in before.
Yeah, we probably could do a special R. Kelly episode. We should've
Surviving
did.
R. Kelly.
But
Ghetto style.
we gonna be better on that. Anyway, so I said we need to get on up out of here. It's getting late.
Hey, welcome to 2019, people. Let's
There's
try to make this a better year for all of us.
There's no exit music.
Nope.
There was no entrance music.
God
Nope.
damn, this is some bullshit.
But we working on that. Like I said, Kevin said that he got some shit up his sleeve that is gonna be like, you gonna think Pharrell or somebody produced it.
Damn.
So I can't wait.
Damn,
to
you
hear this.
putting a whole lot of pressure on that.
I
kid.
can't wait to hear it. Because he
I heard
says-
that. He must go be over here tomorrow, making sure the track is fat.
All I know is this nigga
You
got
might
some
want to come.
fire.
We need to be ready for next week.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, we'd be.
Unless somebody cancel us too.
It's a busy. For some reason, it's been real busy.
Chaotic.
So we're
But
gonna get back.
Yeah, but it's for those who, I don't know. the fifth listener, because we always say we have 4 listeners.
We got 5 now.
Just in case, that
shit.
fifth one moves
Shout out
in
to
there.
the 5th listener.
No doubt.
That's a little, gave us a little piece of us and let you know, who we are.
Yo,
and
maybe we
everything.
should start lying about how many listeners we got.
We got 1 billion, nigga.
Ain't
we
like nobody
tipping.
know.
We tipping.
We should start this.
Man,
this
we don't have
saying
no
we got.
intro music, man. I ain't saying none of
Oh,
that
you
shit.
right, you right.
Let's get it.
We sound like some broke ass
All right,
motherfuckers
so
right
let's
now.
end it.
We recorded this all on our phones.
That's right. All I gotta say is peace.
Shit.
All right, we out.
All right, man. Love you, ma.
Yeah. It's over.